Hi everyone, it's Mandy. I'm back with another process video for you. I'm sorry, it's been about a month, maybe a bit more, since I have uploaded any new process videos. I took a little unplanned break over December and Christmas, just mainly because it was just so busy, so much going on with end of year activities with the kids and Christmas, and you guys know how crazy December can be. So I still worked on my design team projects, but didn't have the time to commit to the editing of the process videos and that sort of thing. So I did take a little break, but I'm back now. I'm back in the swing of things. And so my layout that I'm creating today is for the Vicki Boutin design team. I'm so excited to be a part of this team, and I'm so excited especially to be able to play with all the mixed media products. There's just so many possibilities. There's so many beautiful products to play with. I actually didn't even know where to start. So I decided to keep it simple for my first layout, and so I'm having a bit of a play with the silver glaze and the glitter. So as you can see, I applied the glaze through one of the Vicki Boutin stencils, and the glazes are so beautiful. They're very creamy and smooth. They're just gorgeous. And so yeah, I just used an old gift card to apply it through the stencil, and then while it was still wet, I sprinkled the glitter over the top, and then just tapped the excess off, and it was, I love the result. It looks so beautiful, especially that stencil design. I think it just, yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I did, you saw me do that first part, and then I did another small, so the stencil has sort of two sections of it, so I sort of flipped it around and then did another, I just repeated the same thing again that I'd already done with the glaze and the glitter. You just have to make sure that you apply the glitter over the top fairly quickly, just so that the glaze doesn't dry. If you do it fairly quickly, then it sticks to the glaze really well. You don't have to apply any adhesive or anything like that. It just, yeah, I love the end result. And so this is, I guess, a little bit of a different layout for me, in that it doesn't have a white or a light coloured background, which is usually my go-to. It's what I guess I'm most comfortable with, but the photos that I'm scrapbooking today were very light, not much colour in them, and I felt I laid them over a white background, and I felt like they just got lost. And then when I put it over the top of this pattern paper from the Vicki Boutin All the Good Things collection, I just felt like they really popped against that bright background, and so that was why I decided to go with that. And then just for something a bit different, I added a strip of the black with the white text over the top, that patterned paper down the right hand side. And I really like how that looks. I love how the photos really pop off the page against that darker and brighter background, and the colour in the background matched the colour of the lipstick that my daughter was wearing perfectly, so I felt like that really toned in well as well. So I'll just mention the photos that I'm documenting today are of my oldest daughter Abby. These were taken, I think I took them after her dance concert at the end of last year, because before she headed off, you know, it's always rushed trying to get her hair and makeup done and get her there on time. So I didn't have time to take photos before she went, but when she got home, I made sure I snapped a few photos, and she looked so beautiful and so grown up. When I see her with makeup on, I'm not used to, you know, she doesn't wear makeup, so she looked so grown up, and so I wanted to document all three of these photos on the one page, because I think they really capture her well, how she looked on that night. Yeah, so that's the photos. And the reason I decided to use the silver glitter over the top of the glaze was because the dress that she's wearing is silver glittery, and so that just worked so perfect with what she was wearing in the photo and really brought that out really well as well. So as I mentioned, I'm working with the All the Good Things collection by Vicki Boutin, and so I've pulled out, there's a few different types of ephemera packs. If you want to have a look, if you haven't seen it already, I uploaded a unboxing video, and that sort of shows you everything that I received in my design team box. I was just seriously blown away with the amount of beautiful products that I have to play with. I just feel so lucky to be able to play with all these beautiful products. And so, yeah, so I'm using there's a ephemera pack, a die cut pack, and there's also another pack that is also ephemera, but it's more of the frames and tags and journaling spots and that sort of thing. So I've used a combination of both of those. So I just wanted to create some nice floral clusters, and you'll notice that I'm going to have, I've created a bit of a visual triangle. So I've got one floral cluster there above the photos, one down underneath the photos on the left, and then the third point of interest on the layout is going to be where I've added those journaling spots down the bottom. So that creates the visual triangle. And you'll notice that I've typed my journaling onto that little tag. I have a typewriter, and so I just attached with some washi tape, I attached the tag to just a piece of printer paper, and I fed it through that way so that I could type onto the journaling spot. And I really like how that looks. I haven't tried that before. I would usually use these to add handwritten journaling, but I just thought I would give that a go, and I really like how that looks. So now I'm just I'm happy with how things are looking, and I'm starting to stick everything down. You'll notice in my clusters that, as I always do, I like lots of dimension. So some things I add foam tape to the back of, just to lift them up and give them some extra dimension. And I love how that looks, particularly in that top cluster there, with all the flowers and the leaves and that sort of thing. I love how, with the foam tape, it just gives it so much nice dimension. And I also used a couple of the paper clips. That's another pack of embellishments in this collection. So I've added one up there to the top cluster and also where I'm sticking down now. But I didn't use it as a paper clip there, more as an ephemera piece to add to that cluster. But the top one I have attached to the photo like a paper clip. And then I also used some of the journaling tags from that frames pack as layering pieces behind the photos. So you'll notice that I've used one on the photo on the left to add behind there, and that just adds some, some extra interest. It kind of helps to frame the photo rather than, I guess, matting it with patterned paper. That's just something that I like to do. I often use those sort of things not necessarily to add journaling to, but more as layering pieces behind my photos. And then I also tucked another one underneath the photo on the right. So now I've got everything stuck down, and the last thing I'm going to do is just add a few small embellishments to the page. So I've pulled out the these are stickers that are actually designed to add mixed media to, but I'm just going to add them to the page as is because I didn't feel like the page needed any more colour. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add one of the cute little enamel circles, enamel dots sort of thing to the page, and then I will be done. So thank you so much for joining me today. I have some close-ups here at the end for you, and I will be back soon with another process video for you. So I'll see you then. Bye.